Hi guys, it's that time of year again. It's World's Strongest Man. It's starting in a few days' time. We are going to do a predictions video. Who's going to win? We will soon see.
I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
So let's quickly discuss the heats, because of course at World's Strongest Man you have the heats. It's really two separate competitions. You've got to qualify through to the final, top 10 make it through to the final, 30 start. Who do we think is going to go through?
So from Heat 1 I think Tom and Avis will go through. From Heat 2 I think it's Brian and Constantine. Heat 3 I think Novikov and Trey Mitchell. Heat 4 Martins and Maxime. And Heat 5 I have Evan and Luke to go through.
Yeah, I have it pretty much exactly the same, but I am going to pick Mitchell Hooper to go through instead of Janasha. I think it's maybe, looking on paper at his numbers, they're massive. But obviously Constantine is way more experienced and it is an upset maybe for him to go through. But I think he'll go through and probably against Janasha on the stones. Janasha's had a bit of a back problem recently. Mitchell Hooper's a beast, so we'll see how he does. He's kind of the unknown of this competition.
Yeah, it'll be his first World's Strongest Man, so it'll be really good to see how he does.
So the finals.
Yes.
Now
so the events for the finals. They're going to be doing a box carry into yoke, car deadlift for reps, which may be a side handle car deadlift. We're not sure yet. The Flintstone lift, which is the controversial one, it's the behind the neck lift. It's not been in World's Strongest Man for many years, has it?
So you can do that from the front as well. It's basically from the shoulders, in behind or front, to overhead, any style you want, barbell lift overhead.
And the record for that so far is held by Gary Taylor.
Many moons ago now. Set that quite easily.
Yeah. Then there'll be a truck pull, power stairs and stones. So they're really good events for the final actually. They'll be really interesting. They're slightly different to what we've seen before. So it'll be really good to see how people do in these events as well. So shall we go into our top 5?
Right, yeah, let's do top 5. Countdown from 5th. We'll both do a 5th and then 4th, 3rd.
So 5th place I have Luke Stoltman. I think he'll do well on the events, but I just don't think he will do as well as some of the others. I do think that he might not do as well on the power stairs.
Not a good one for him,
the deadlift for reps. I just think he's not as strong a deadlifter as some of the others.
Could defo win the Flintstone lift, I mean, for sure. Could defo win that. For me, I'm not going to go with Luke. Luke is definitely one of the guys that has been kind of in that top 5 for a while now, the past few years. A lot of competitions. But for this one, I'm going to go with the T-Rex, Evan Singleton. He's my 5th place. I think they're great events for him. He's a guy that kind of maybe at World's Strongest Man, he's more suited to the one-day show. He's super intense. He just gives it everything for every event, but he's got quite a comfortable heat in my opinion. Group 5 going through with Luke there. I think that them two are the kind of the standouts there. Maybe he doesn't burn as much energy, and they are really good events for him. So one of them we're not really sure on his shoulder. We're not really sure how we do on the overhead, but I'm going to put Evan for a top 5 finish this year.
So let's move on to 4th place. 4th place I have Martins. I think again he'll do really good on all the events, but again I don't think he'll be as good as some of the others that I have for the top 3. I think statically that might let him down a little bit more this year than it has done in the past. But yeah, that's my 4th place pick.
Yeah, I'm also going with the Dragon Martins Leases for 4th place. These are really dependent on the events, and There's other competitions, yes, of course, he's still capable of winning for sure, the guy's in his absolute prime. but these events just don't quite suit him as well as some of the others. And he's not really looked that great in training. I mean, the training's training, so that doesn't really mean anything. But again, he's had a little bit of a shoulder problem, not sure exactly how serious. He's really struggled actually with the flexibility, maybe because of that shoulder problem, I'm not too sure. But he's just not really looked that great. I expected more on the Flintstone from him in training. I expected him to do big numbers there. We've not seen him. And he's just not really that great at yoke. Some of the events, you know, a great deadlifter, of course. But I just don't see him picking up as many points as my top three.
So, third place, who's going to be taking home the bronze trophy, in our opinion? I think...
It's guaranteed.
I think Brian Shaw is going to be in third place. He's been working really hard in training. We've seen a lot of his training videos. But I just think that the events don't suit him as well as the top two that I have. He has been looking really good in training. His Flintstone lift hasn't been as high in training as I have seen others do. So I think
he's
that
not very flexible, is he? He's like the biggest shoulder on the planet.
So I think that might let him down a little bit. And I also think that in the truck pull he might not do as well as the top two that I've got. Plus he's not really as quick as some of the others as well at moving, so I think the box carry into yoke, I don't see him coming above third place in that. So I have him in third overall.
You're right, he has actually not done as well in truck pulls as he like in recent years as he has in the past. You know, in the past you'd be a definite banker for him.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll win that event this year. But for me, third place, I'm going to go with Alexei Novikov. I think this will be really tight between Brian and... I kind of disagree. I think these events do suit Brian Shaw. Of course, Brian doesn't have a hell of a lot of weak events. You know what I mean? He's very well rounded. So is Alexei. I think this will be really close between them. I just think Alexei is going to be in third place. He's really solid performer. In reality, at the Arnolds, you know, he would have won the competition if over Martins if he didn't injure his knee on the 200 kilo log attempt. Kind of did the rest of the competition on one leg and still placed second. Just unbelievable. He's not even in like peak form, winning Europe's Strongest Man. I think he's on the podium.
And that is the reason that I have Novikov picked as my second place, in that he always turns up to every show that he competes in. I know that maybe at the minute he might not be as focused on the strongman training because of everything that's happening in Ukraine.
But look at his places regardless.
But regardless of that, look at how he's doing. He's an incredible athlete. He's a really quick mover. He'll do really well in the box carrying to yoke. I think the power stairs he was incredible at Europe's Strongest Man.
Yeah.
Truck pull, I think he's got awesome technique. He doesn't tend to burn up as much as some of the other athletes.
He's got really good endurance and technique to make up for the lack of
So I think he'll do really well. I think the only thing that would slip him down would be the stones in the car deadlift, but I don't think he will lose that many points on them. I still think he will come quite high up the ranks on that. So that's why I have him for second place. And what's your second place?
Second place, I've already said it really, Brian Shaw. I think Brian is just going to be in second again. Unfortunately, you know, he wants to win this 5th title, like probably more than anybody else on the planet. He really wants to win this competition, but I just don't think he's got any real shot of winning. But I do think he'll be in second place. I say I disagree with it. I think the events do suit him pretty well. You know, he has got a little faster as well in recent years, drops his body weight a little bit. I think Brian will pip Novikov and end up in second place again like he did last year. So, first place, who's the 22 World's Strongest Man?
Me. No. My first place goes to Tom Stoltman. I think his training has looked incredible. Like, in his training videos, he actually makes Luke Stoltman look mediocre. Yeah. And Luke Stoltman is not a mediocre athlete, but he's just a level ahead of everybody, I think. I think he doesn't really have any weak events. His Flintstone lift has come up quite a lot since when he started. Like, when in his kind of earlier training videos, it wasn't looking that good, but he's made massive improvements on that. His power stairs.
It's not something they normally do, is it?
No, that's what I mean.
You know,
so he's got the technique quite well. He's made massive improvements. Hasn't he done a 230 in training or close to that?
220, 230.
So I think he'll do really well on that. Maybe come first or second in that event. Because I don't think there's that many people that have done that kind of weight in training.
Probably maybe Luke could beat him, but yeah. Both the Stoltmans are going to do well on that.
He's going to win the stones. He's a really quick mover. Truck pull, again, like he won the Titans turntable last year. I think he's going to do really great at the truck pull.
Got that body weight.
Yeah, and then the power stairs, again, he's tall, he's athletic. I think he'll get those power stairs up in probably one of the quickest times as well, so don't see him losing too many points.
Yep. Yeah, so for me, it's not even going to be close, in my opinion. He's going to absolutely smash it. Big Tommy Stoltman. He's going to repeat.
Bring it back to the UK again.
Yeah, UK's on top. Scotland's reigning supreme. Tom Stoltman is going to really pull away in the second half of the competition, and he's going to be consistent all the way through. His training, like Becca said, has looked just absolutely fantastic. Every single event he's good at, and save the second half, he's really going to pull away, finish with a massive performance on the stones, absolutely smash it, several points clear. Tom Stoltman remains world's strongest man for 2022.
So, do you agree? Do you disagree? Let us know your comments below, and please like, share and subscribe. I do appreciate it. Please help me try and grow this channel, bring you more content, and we'll bring you some more day in the lives, some more blogs and some more training videos. If there's anything that you want to see, please just let me know, just comment below and I will try and get those videos done.
How it's supposed to feel.